hat. Did you want to keep the hat on?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're rocking the hat today?
Yeah. Bad hair day.
All right, Pops. Here, I'll give you this. You can play around with it.
Okay.
Be safe.
Hey, thank you for starting it for me.
Got you.
Okay.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning. You should be pressing the like button by now. Good morning. Yeah, I needed a technical advisor this morning to start the YouTube channel. And thank goodness we have one that lives here. Good morning to you. Instead of me singing, why don't you guys listen to this? Boy, everything on YouTube is slow. What's going on? There it is. Live from Detroit, it's Tea with Pops. Good morning. Hit the like button. Hurry, you tell them. Good morning, button likers, double tappers, double screen tappers. Nerd, I still haven't come up with the better music. Kind of weird, huh? You would have thought I'd have come up with something by now, Sue. But this is our music. Good morning, Jolie. If I went to change the music, we wouldn't even recognize it. Jesus Christ, how's Australia doing right now? What time is it over there, where you are right now? JC, doing a BB. Yeah, it's called relaxing background music, nerdy. JC, what time is it over there that you're doing your BB? 9 p.m. 9 p.m., isn't that aren't we living in an amazing world? One of our best friends, it's 9 p.m. where he is right now. I think it's 9 p.m. tomorrow, state, too. I think you're one day ahead. Yep, that's what I think. I had a brother and sister just did a trip to to Australia. 3 weeks they were down there. 3 weeks. Thank you, Helen. Good morning, everybody. 12-hour difference from Eastern Standard Time, Herb? Okay. And it's the 13th there? No, it can't be 3/13. Oh, yeah. Excuse me again. See, yeah, you guys are a day ahead. Yeah, you guys... No, we're the 13th, too. No. So maybe you're just 12 hours ahead. Where's the international date line? When's the date change? Somewhere along the line there, a different date. Good morning, everybody. Okay, what did I want to show this morning? Where is it? Who wants to talk about, who wants me to read a little bit more out of that book, Microdosing, today? Give me 5 people that are prepared to learn a little more about microdosing. We're going to read a little bit more about that. We could go back and talk about Spitzenkorpers and the Haifa. We haven't forgotten that. But I think today we're going to work a little bit, because this book that Carnivorous sent us, Microdosing for Health, Healing, and Enhanced Performance, is so simply basic and perfect. So it's perfect. So this is an idea. This is going to be a visual aid when later we go to talk about it. Good morning, Rosabelle. Good morning, dear. Hey, I have a box sitting over here with your name on it. Just let me know if you want it. If you don't, you can give it away to somebody here. But Rosabelle, I have a box sitting here waiting for you. You let me know. A quick email with your address. Okay, babe. You send me your email with an address, and I will pop that in the mail for you. You got it, doll. Good morning, everybody. Wazzy's here. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Two quickies. I'm watching the news this morning. It's on in the background. I'm not really watching it. But two little articles made me stop and listen. One was, this is really sad. Think about how crazy this story is. They say a man set fire to his house in order to escape. He had been being held there for... Mother Wolf, I didn't see it. I did not see your email, doll. If you could send it to me one more time today, I have your box sitting right here. So send that to me one more time today. I must have missed it. So this man sets fire to his house. According to the story, he has been being held captive by his mother for 20 years. 20 years. From when he was 11 years old. He was forced to drink toilet water, very little food, never got let out of the room. 20 years. And when they got him, he was about 31 years old, and he weighed about 68 pounds. 68 pounds. Now, the mother's been arrested for just a multitude of reasons, and thank goodness. What a terrible mom. But Brock and I were talking about it, and the one thing that I don't get is, and I'm not trying to make fun of anybody, is that the first time he's had a candle in 20 years? Or a book of matches? Is that in 20 years? I don't get it. Why did it take 20 years to figure out, hey, I know what I can do? I would have probably thought of something like maybe by the time I was 15 or something. Yeah, I know. I think you get some kind of weird Stockholm syndrome or something. I don't know. But 20 years? And he finally figured out, candle. There we go. Yeah, no, I'm not making fun of anybody, and I'm kind of trying to play it light, to be honest with you. The thing is, it's horrendous. And it's unbelievable that we still get stories like that to this day. Oh, I know, Nefer. Can you imagine his life from now on? 31-year-old man's never had a life. And he weighs 68 pounds, and he had to burn his way out of his house. And you look at the mom, cray-cray. The mom's looking a little cray-cray. Crazy story. It's just stuck in my brain. One more crazy story. So, how would you like this? Knock, knock. Knock, knock. You go to the door, and there's the police. A policeman with the pizza that you ordered 30 minutes ago, delivering your pizza to you. And you're like, I wonder why a policeman's delivering my pizza to me. Oh, I know. Ma'am, please don't come out of the house right now. There's a 9-foot alligator in your driveway. There's a 9-foot alligator in your driveway. Pizza man shows up at the house. He sees the alligator. He says, I'm not going near that house. He calls the cops. The cops say, don't worry about it. They take the pizza. They walk around the alligator. They deliver it to the lady. She has no idea there's an alligator in her driveway. Yeah, it's in Florida. And they call animal control and they get the alligator out of there. First of all, I would freak out. I'm not sure I'm answering the door with the policeman delivering my pizza. I don't know. I'm thinking you might be able to keep that delivery. Corey, what's going on in your state? The old lady was adorable. She hands the cop $32. $32. And the cop asks her, do you want change for this? She said, oh, no, I thought it was 32. She gave him exact change. She didn't need change. I think that's funny. Oh, gosh. Who would answer the door real quick? Just give me a quick show of hands. Who's answering the door if the police are delivering your pizza? Some of you have nothing to worry about, I know that. But this guy, no way. He's delivering the pizza and he's saying, can I get a mushroom topping? Oh, God. Hell no, free. I'm not home. I didn't order that. I did not answer. I didn't order that. I'm sure from the other side, Dave's not here. That's all the cop hears. I've completely lost my appetite, free, for like the rest of the week. Excuse me. I thought that story was pretty funny because I looked at that and I said, there is just absolutely no way I'm answering that door. Just none. I don't care. You keep the pizza. All right, I'll order another one later. Okay. Is Wazzy here? I know he is. Wazzy the Wazzy Wazerton. I opened up a package from him yesterday. It was the cutest thing you've ever seen. Rarely, it happens, but it's rare. Is there a package addressed to Ruff? Who's addressed to Ruff? Most time it's me, then Brock gets, he's getting packages. Ruff got a package. I'm like, what the? It came from Wisconsin. It was so cute. I had to have Ruff sit there with me and open it. And he's freaking out. He cannot wait, okay? It came from Wazzy. Let me just show you this. Ruff. Oh, God. All right. You go inside. I know, Neff. He's such a good animal. He is such a good animal. I'm not even kidding you. What a good creature. You go inside, and there's peanut butter cups. Everybody in the world knows that dogs love peanut butter. So he's got peanut butter snacks up the wazoo. Okay. That's so cute. I might steal one. I guess he wants Ruffy to learn Sudoku. It's important that Ruffy polishes up his Sudoku skills. So we're gonna do that. I'll be spending a good 15 to 20 minutes a day working with Ruffy on his Sudoku. Totally Sudoku. Then we have, just in case he's feeling a little sleepy in any of our Sudoku meetings or classes, We have Folger coffee for Ruff. Okay, this is Folger coffee. He's looking good. Okay. Then this is the one that's gonna kill him. He is ready to this. Look at this. You know those the leather ears that they give for dog chewing? You know what I'm talking about? The dog chew ears? They're relatively big sized things, right? How about this size? How about that? You talk about dog eared, pig ear. Look at this thing. I think there's two of them in there. How big was this, Sal? How big is this thing? 900 pounds. He is gonna love it, but it's gonna take him 1.5 years per ear, okay? 1.5 years per ear. And we have the pig's tail. I think that's the pig's tail. Okay, the thing is bigger than Ruff. Look at the pig's tail. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the pig's tail. Maybe it's just a bone, but it looks like a pig's tail. It's the ankle. Oh, gosh. So to the Wozniaks, because I know Jenny was in on this. There's no way Wozzy did this all by himself. Okay? Jenny, thank you. Thank you for making Wozzy do that. Give me 5 people that thought that was a pretty good gift for Ruffy. Give me 5 people, Woz. That was fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, my good friend. Who thought that was... Who thinks Woz did that all on his own? Give me 5 people that think Woz had help. You know his beautiful wife helped put it together. Ruff. Matthew, Ruff's been more popular than all of us forever. Okay? He had help, Nippy. If you knew Jenny, he had help. She probably said, no, that pig ear is not big enough for Ruff. He needs a bigger one. Okay. Thank you, Ruff. Woz. I really appreciate that. That was a wonderful gift. I would have never got him a pig ear that big in my life. Now, his hearing's going to improve quite a bit, I think. Okay, let's go. I have a couple of these to go through with you guys. Ready? Sliced bread. Who's heard the saying, that's the greatest thing since sliced bread? Give me 5 people that have heard that before. We also have to hit some more likes. Double tap your screens, stuff like that. If you're here and you haven't double tapped or you haven't hit the like button, you kind of haven't paid your admission. You're kind of squatting. You're a squatter. Get out of here, squatters. Okay? The greatest thing since sliced bread. When did they make the first bread slicing machine? When was the first bread slicing machine? No Google, no Google, no Google. Yeah, you gotta pay the cult tithe. I like that. I like that, nerdy. No Google, no Google. Mr. 420's kind of close. First bread slicing machine. Lurking Otto Frederick Raweder was the first person to sell sliced bread. And he did it in America in 1928 in Davenport, Iowa. 1928, Davenport, Iowa. In 1912, Otto invented the single loaf bread slicing machine, which was the first in the world. He marketed his invention as the single greatest advancement in the baking industry since they started wrapping bread And he was right. Because we term great ideas these days as the greatest thing since sliced bread. There we go. I like sliced bread. I like it pre-sliced. I've gotten chunks of bread. I've gotten loaves, and I never slice it correctly. The slice is always going at an angle. One part of it's thicker and it's wedgy. There's certain breads you do kind of want to do that with, but not a sandwich. Okay? Sliced bread. AI. It's coming fast, isn't it? How many people picture AI interfaced with animals so we can learn animal language through AI? How many people can picture that? Oh, yeah. Can you imagine that? We're going to start probably being able to understand, if we start downloading the data of animal sounds, etc., and then through the use of AI, however they do it, we might be able to start communicating with animals. Do you think that's too wacky of an idea? Ruff could tell Woz thank you. Okay? A device that can translate the vocalization of animals into something that we can understand is being developed right now through the use of artificial intelligence. After studying and gathering data from prairie dogs for the last 30 years, scientists discovered that they have their own language system. And that's one of the ones they're targeting with AI. We're going to pretty soon be able to speak prairie dog, or at least understand it. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy if you ask me. Any cat owner lovers here? There always is. Kim, is this true? Is this true? I want to know if this is true or not. That's okay, Wazzy. Thank you. Cats. We're talking about animal language. You cat people, tell me if this is true or not. Koki has 4 of them. When cats meow, they are using a language they developed specifically to communicate with humans. Research shows that when felines communicate, it is very rare for them to meow at each other. But they always do it when they want something from their human masters. Those smart little Alex. It's like, we really don't speak this language, but we know how to control you guys. Meow. Is that true? Cat lovers, cat owners, give me a little feedback on that one. It makes sense. I have a feeling, I always felt like they were manipulating me. I really did. I've always felt manipulated by a cat. But I think this one's true, Free. I think they're a manipulative little long little things. They train us. I think that's true. They don't meow at each other too much. Maybe a fight or something. I don't know. Kittens meow at their moms, but they just keep doing it for their humans. I think that they're meow. I think they're meow at us. I think they're... Yep, I believe this one. She only meows when she wants food or gives me love, and she wants something. Then no more love. Yep, that sounds like it. Sounds like my old cat. That's pretty cool, though, if you think about it. That animal has evolved to the point where each generation says, I got a better way to control those guys. Do a long meow this generation. Go meow, okay? And they evolve and they keep teaching each other, hey, we can continue to control that population. You know what I'm saying? And we don't even have to catch mice. They'll give us food right out of a can. We can pee in their houses in a little spot. They make us sandboxes. Like they have it made. You don't have to do anything. You can just stare out the window. Meow at them when you need something. Oh, think about it, those cats. We poop in their house. Yeah. They clean it up. Cats are smart. Cats, it goes mushrooms, cats, humans on the intelligence scale. Nerdy says we live in their house. It is weird when you think about it, Greenie. A little creature, we're living in their house, okay? And we're meow, feeding them when they say, or else they can be pretty dangerous. The English language, I don't have the box in the living room, Greenie. It's in the bathroom, on the back porch, okay? Croaky lives in his cat's house. You can't sell it, Croaky. We're not ready to move. Okay, you wait till we decide. All right, the English language has 3,000 words for being drunk. Why can't we just stop at 2 or 3? 3,000 words for being drunk. Why does it take so much explanation? Is it that hard to understand? Either you're drunk or you're not. Two of the rare ones, obfuscated. You're obfuscated. You're drunk as hell, okay? Greenie was the only 3,000 different words. How about ramsquaddled? I've never been ramsquaddled in my whole life. And yet I find out I've been ramsquaddled a few times. The English language, that's pretty insane. This one's going to blow your mind. This one's going to blow your mind. So you're a proctologist, or you're going to school, right, to be a proctologist. Now, I'm not going to tell you it's going to be the funnest job, but there isn't probably going to be a lot of competition in that field. What is a proctologist? They're the ones that are kind of taking care of your butt, right? The whole butt situation. Butt doctor. Yeah, butt doctor. So now you're a student in proctology. Is that right, Rodman? Okay, so she'll know about this. You're a student. Well, you've got to study somebody's butt, right? So what do they do? What do they do? Do they hire homeless people to come in so they can study the situation? Or maybe volunteer students in the same university? How about, I know what they do. Each proctologist student does the other one. We'll take turns. You examine me, I'm going to examine you. We're examining. How do they do it? Sue Littlemeyer's 7 steps ahead of the rest of us. In the UK, a robotic rectum has been created by researchers for proctologists to practice their physical rectal exams. There it is. Fake ass. It allows medical professions to learn without the use of real-life volunteers. It's an ass dummy. Okay? But dummy. That's pretty funny. It makes sense, though. You got to have something like that. But you never think of it because we don't go to proctology school. And they don't talk about it, okay? They don't mention it. They don't mention that they're playing with robot butts, okay? They don't mention that. Final thing. Nigel, what the hell? No, two more things, and then we're out of here. Nigel Richards from Malaysia. He once won the French Scrabble Championship. Nigel from Malaysia. He won the French Scrabble Championship. The most interesting part is he doesn't speak a word of French. Not one word. What he did was he memorized the whole French language, the whole French dictionary. Nigel, you're really smart. Nigel, you don't speak French, but you memorized the whole dictionary. And then you went and played Scrabble doing that in another country. Whoa. Nigel, you're playing against people who this is their language. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm just going to memorize the dictionary. I'm going to go pay my membership fee. I'm taking home that prize. I don't know. It wouldn't have been easier because he'd have only learned a few languages. He read the whole thing. That's a crazy story. Here's the final one for today. Men, we understand this part. We're rather attached to our male member. I'm not getting dirty here. I'm not being nasty. It's just true. It's one of the scariest things you can think about is to have that area modified. We don't even like the idea. It is scary. No modifications in the testification area, okay? You want to hear something crazy? The word testify. The word testify derived from the Latin word for testicle. Yeah, in ancient Rome, when two men took an oath of allegiance, they would hold each other's testicles. Free. I'm going to have an oath with you. Grab. You grab yours and you grab mine and I'm grabbing yours. So you grab each other's situation and then you make your vow. What the hell are you doing? Also, men would hold their own testicles as a sign of truthfulness while bearing witness in a public forum. It's not official yet, Free. It won't be official until we can snatch each other. You've seen guys standing around, they got their hand on their lower crotch area. They're testifying. Okay, they're just testifying. That's all they're doing. Don't get upset with them. Don't think there's anything wrong with them. They're testifying. Yeah, I guess the men from way back have always valued that situation. We've always valued that situation. Yeah, Free, that's what I'm thinking. You see him grabbing down there all the time. Billie Jean is not my lover. He's doing that. If Billie Jean is, and his hand's down here, he's testifying, okay? And he wants to make it very plain, so he puts a white glove on. So you can tell he means it. Okay. How would you like that today? You go out, you tell somebody something at the store, but it's the truth. Look, man, I'm telling you the truth. Look, I'm telling you the truth right now. Oh, I got a runny nose this morning. I'm sorry. Okay, how do you know I'm telling you the truth? Because I'm playing pocket pool, that's how. Okay, pocket pool. It's like swearing to God, Matthew said. It's exactly what it is. Free wants to bring it back. No, it's so awkward. Johnson, when was the last time you played pocket pool? It's been a long time, I gotta be honest with you. Okay. I can't believe I do this to you guys in the morning. I'm such a. Oh, sometimes I get out of control, I admit it. Okay? Okay. Can we just get serious now? Okay, Sue, I hope you're laughing. That's one of the reasons I get out of control. Excuse me. Here we go, let's get serious. Take your hands out of your pockets, fellas. Okay, stop it. We're going into class now, and we believe you. You don't gotta show us. We believe you. I promise. Okay, yesterday we were talking about microdosing. Okay, I know that pocket pool. I haven't said that in so long, John Zook. Okay. Yesterday we were talking about LSD and psilocybin microdosing. Excuse me, I'm going to go blow my nose. I apologize. Give me one moment. Okay, excuse me for that. Okay, excuse me for that. I apologize. That's better though. Yesterday, so we're going to pick up where we left off yesterday. Microdosing. How do people usually take microdoses of LSD or psilocybin containing mushrooms? How are they usually taken? LSD often comes as a 50 or 100 micrograms on a tiny tab of light cardboard, often a quarter inch square, blotter paper. A whole sheet of these tabs often has a pattern and an image printed on it. Quick story. I'm in the Marine Corps, and I'm a good Marine by day, and I'm a crazy Marine by night. What happened was, I knew when I went into the Marine Corps, I had a guaranteed job, a guaranteed MOS I signed up for. I was definitely going to be an avionics technician. I knew that signing up because I had a good enough entrance exam score, ASVAB, that I got to pick what MOS I was going to go into. I didn't want to be in Marine infantry. I wanted to be in the air wing. And I thought eventually one day I might even work my way up to becoming a pilot, but I wasn't worried about that then. I was young and I wanted to play rugby. So the top three kids, the top three Marines in their school right after boot camp, they send you to school for your MOS, military occupational specialty. And the top three people in their class get their choice of duty station after school, after training is over. And our training there was in Millington, Tennessee, at a Naval Air Force base, was where they sent us for our training. So the weekends were spent in Memphis, having fun. So I graduate from my Millington class, and I'm in the top three in my class. So I get a choice of duty station. This was all pre-planned by Pops, okay? Because I knew that there was an air station, El Toro, back in California, that literally from the front gate of the base to the front door of my house was 55 miles. 55 miles. So I'm like, I'm going to end up at an air base that's only 55 miles from home. It's going to be great. And all of that worked out. Mind you, I've been playing rugby, and previous to having gone into the service, for those 2 years, 18 to 20, while I was studying and in school, I was also making side money as a drug hustler. Usually just selling some weed, and I also did a few batches of shrooms for sale. So, is anybody bored by this story? Anybody bored by this story? It's going to take about 5 or 8 more minutes to tell. I got to tell you about this. Okay? So here I am. One of the reasons that I went into the Corps was because I kind of wanted to escape that lifestyle of being hustle on the side. I just wanted to be a rugby player and serve, and right? So I get into the service, and I thought to myself, this is going to be great. I'm going to be like, you get in there, and this is like 1978, right? Post-Vietnam, everybody hated the service members. We were spit at by people. We were really disliked time in history was American service members. So some of us took it the wrong way and said, oh, you guys want to hate us? We're going to give you reasons to hate us. And we turned ourselves into a little gang. But it was a gang at night, not during the day. And it was, you know what we found out? There were more drugs in the service than there were on the streets. I hate to admit it. Like, I just want to be pure Semper Fi, but I got to tell you, there were more drugs on the base and in the barracks than there were out on the streets. And the way it worked was you got paid on the 15th, and you got paid on the 1st and the 15th of every month. You got a paycheck on the 1st, and you got a paycheck on the 15th. There were guys that were so deep into being fronted, you'd have the product, you'd front it to them. They'd be so deep into fronting that on payday, they would come and they'd sign over their paycheck to you as you front them another batch. These guys are completely in debt, okay? And you have a few of those guys on your books. They're literally signing over their paychecks to you. Well, it worked out that because I'm 55 miles from home, I still had all of my old connections. I still had all of the connections that I had in the San Fernando Valley, LA, and Santa Monica. And of course, see a get-rich opportunity here. So it's time to smuggle stuff onto the base, get it past the guards. There's a way I could tell you that story some other time. But now all I have to do is get on my motorcycle. I had a 900 Kawasaki Ninja. And that's all I rode everywhere. I'd go home, I'd pick up batches, I'd bring them back to the base, smuggle them on. I really wasn't one of the day-to-day guys, but I was one of the big guys, supplying. The reason I bring all this up is I found out, hey, we really want some acid. These guys want acid. I'm like, start plugging into my connections back home. Nobody back home had acid. But I had a connection that knew a connection in San Francisco. San Francisco at that time was going crazy. So I got an address, I got a phone number, I got a connection. I'm going to make the deal. I had to get on my motorcycle from the base, 350 miles to San Francisco, picked up 3 sheets. That's the reason I even mentioned this, because they were talking about the sheets. 3 sheets of acid. And I had never seen this stuff before. I get there, and that's exactly what it was. It was blotter paper, like little perforated on 1/4-inch squares, and the whole thing was one big Mickey Mouse. There was a Mickey Mouse picture on the page. The guy brings me into his apartment in San Francisco, This is a true story. He has in his bathroom, just like you see photographers, where they have their pictures hanging by paper clips in a black room as they're being as they're coming to light, a photograph. He had strings across the bathroom, and he had sheets of this paper hanging off of these strings to dry. Develop, thank you. Hanging off of these sheets to dry, and he had his chemical mix was in the bathtub. He had this bathtub. It was only about a quarter inch, maybe a half inch deep, but he would dip his paper into the bathtub, bring it out, and hang it on the line until it was dry and good enough. Full-on bathtub acid. I have no idea what was in that bathtub. I have no idea what mixes and stuff that he had put together. I pick up 3 sheets. 350 miles home. I have to sneak them on the base my old-fashioned way. I'll tell you what I did. I had a cut in the chain link fence out by the baseball park on the base. And I would go there and take my little wires off, open the fence, shove my pack in, take it, close it back up. Then I'd ride my motorcycle back onto the base. Then I'd put on my jogging outfit with a backpack. Marines always, when they were jogging around the base, we'd wear boots and we'd wear backpacks with weights on them. It was kind of like working out. So I had this fake look. I'm wearing a backpack and I'm going to go jogging. And of course, I'm going to jog the track around the baseball field. Oops, I have to stop and tie my boots right by the fence where my little package is. Boop, I get it out, stick it into my freaking pack, continue my jog until I'm back to the barracks. That was my little smuggling routine. I did it for like 2.5 years and never once was caught. So, so I got the stuff on base. But what I wanted to tell you, what the story was, is acid. Who knows what's in it? Who freaking knows? I saw the sausage being made. Okay? I saw the sausage being made. No, Happy Maui, you will not lap Pops. You will not. Pops was running 6-minute miles in full combat gear. Okay? You would not outrun Pops. Now, maybe today, but not back in the day. I was a freaking rugby kid. Okay? You gotta know where you're getting it, right? A whole sheet of these tabs often have a pattern or an image printed on it. Dropping a tab in a measured amount of distilled water with vodka, or just vodka, is the most accurate and commonly used microdosing method. What was that? I didn't know that they did it that way. For example, if a tab has 100 micrograms dissolved in 100 drops of liquid measured from a dropper, each drop will have 1 microgram of LSD. This method is known as volumetric measurement, meaning you are measuring the volume of liquid. Far less accurate, but probably people really do this, is to attempt to cut the tab into equal pieces so that one tiny piece can be put on the tongue. This is not recommended for obvious reasons. LSD can also come in a small amount of liquid, with each drop containing 10 to 100 micrograms. In this instance, 1 or more drops may be put into a liquid as above, so similar measurements can be made. So rather than just taking the tab and doing the tab, It's saying take the tab, drop it in water or even vodka, equal amount, 100, what did they say here? Just says drops, 100 drops. But basically your LSD would dissolve across the whole amount of the volume of the liquid, and then you can take it out of there in dropper form. Psilocybin containing mushrooms. Tap water will destroy it. Is that true, old? Well, that's why he says distilled water. Maybe that's why they say distilled water, huh? Because he was very clear, distilled water or water with vodka or just vodka. Okay. How do we microdose psilocybin containing mushrooms? More and more often, these are sold in pre-measured capsules. That's how we do it. And I showed you early this morning the screen. 500 milligram capsule, a 300 milligram capsule, and a 150 milligram capsule. Okay? They are, more and more often, these are sold in pre-measured capsules, sometimes with additional substances in the capsules. This is called stacking. We will talk about stacking in the next reading. If the dose you want is less than what is in the capsule, open it up, pour out the powder in a thin line, then divide it up for accurate measurement. So if you've got a capsule and it has it's more than you want to microdose, it's saying open it up, make a line, like one of those white lines, and then just say, okay, I want a half of that line, or a third of that line. And then you just sort of now I'm having a third of the capsule, okay? Fresh mushrooms should be dried, ground into powder, and put into capsules or taken in tea or other liquid. We will discuss lemon teching in the next chapter. You'll need a scale that can measure hundredths of a gram. They're available online I see them on a very good one, $7 on Amazon. So it also says, if you are using truffles, follow the directions from the vendor and see our general rules of thumb for dose levels of other substances. And it's on page, and it's a little bit later. I'm going to read a little bit more. What other kinds of substances are people taking with their microdose? Many different kinds of things are being tried and experimented with. How each one singly, or as a part of a group affects microdosing is largely uncharted territory. We will limit our answer to a few examples and general trends. Indigenous people worldwide have used microdoses for conscious altering substances singly and as part of mixtures. For example, the Aztecs, at the time of first contact with the Spanish, were mixing cacao, which is what chocolate is made from, and psilocybin mushrooms for celebrations and quiet contemplations. Today, there are microdosing coaches who work with psilocybin and ceremonial cacao. Lynette, all you have to do is email me at my website. According to one source, the combination of sacred mushrooms and cacao share a long history and tradition. Traditionally used in ceremonies with larger dose journeys, we like to propose this combination for microdosing too. Separately, cacao and microdosing are used for healthy and positive lifestyle. Together, they give it more depth. Cacao is not a psychedelic, but it does have a psychoactive effect as a mood enhancer. We're going to move on. Tomorrow we're going to talk about stacking, the other things that we blend into our microdosing with psilocybin mushrooms. We're going to talk about Paul Stamets, lemon teching, and stacking. Sound good? Give me 5 people that are excited by that. Give me 5 people. We'll discuss stacking, lemon tech, Paul Stamets. This is interesting. I'm really, really interested. This book is fantastic. Okay? Stuff that I think most of us know, but some of it's a refresher course, and it's well put together for us to be able to understand. I have 2 readings for today. One's very short. Thank you guys. I'm excited too. I mean that sincerely. I love us learning together, right? Don't we love to learn together? First, we laughed together. A lot. Then we learned together. And now we're going to love together. Speaking of love, I love this guy right here. Where is he? He's right here. Rodman's adorable. Sent me this picture yesterday. Rodman, from the picture of you as a little kid, you haven't changed a bit. That's your friend out there, Rodman, you guys. And he's letting me know that he picked up the book, The Magic of Surrender. And he said he's already started to reading it, and he's really enjoying it. So anybody that wants to send me a picture of them holding up either The Magic of Surrender or The Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo, send me a picture of you. I'd love to see you, and I'd love to share it with everybody here so we can see who our friends are. Okay? Isn't that a great book? It is, nerdy. Today we're going to be reading from The Book of Awakening. He certainly is a nice-looking man, right, Melody Dawn? Handsome fella. We're going to do 2 readings. The 4 agreements as well. Absolutely, nerdy. Absolutely. That's smart, free. That's pretty smart. Send me a picture of you listening to it on the radio or on your device. There are 2 ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other, as if everything is a miracle. Albert Einstein. There is no end to worry because there is no end to what exists out of view beyond our small eyes. So worry is a way to gamble with what might or might not happen. I love that. Worry is just a way to gamble with what might or might not happen. It reminds me of a friend who had a flat tire on a country road. After finding he had no jack, he began walking, hoping to find a nearby farmer who would help him. It was getting dark and the crickets were getting louder. As he walked the overgrown road, he began to throw the dice of worry in his mind. What if the farmer's not home? What if he is and he won't let me use his jack? What if he won't let me use his phone? What if he's frightened of me? I never did anything to him. Why won't he just let me use his phone? By the time the guy knocked on the farmer's door, my friend was so preoccupied with what could go wrong. When the friendly old man answered, my friend yelled at him, "Well, you can keep your goddamn jack." Being human, we struggle constantly to stay with the miracle of what is and not constantly fall into the black hole of what is not. This is an ancient challenge. As the Sufi poet Ghalib said centuries ago, every particle of creation sings its own song of what is and what is not. Hearing what is can make you wise. Hearing what is not can drive you mad. Miracle thinking. I really like that story. Have you ever been that guy? Have you ever been that guy? By the time someone, not necessarily a jack, but there's been situations in your life. By the time you got to it, you're because you had worked yourself up so good. Yeah, I could do that in the past. I was a worker-upper. I was a worker-upper. That wasn't hard to do, work me up. Loving yourself. That's going to be our last reading for today. Okay? Loving yourself. I begin to realize that in inquiring about my own origin and goal, I am inquiring about something other than myself. In this very realization, I begin to recognize the origin and the goal of the world. Martin Buber said that. In loving ourselves, we love the world. For just as fire, rock, and water are all made up of molecules, everything, including you and me, are connected by a small piece of the beginning, stardust. Yet how do we love ourselves? It is difficult at times as seeing the back of your head. It can be as elusive as it is necessary. I have tried and tripped many times, and I can only say that loving yourself is like feeding a clear bird that no one else can see. You must be still and offer your palmful of secrets like a delicate seed. As she eats your secrets, no longer secret, she glows and you lighten, and her voice, which only you can hear, is your voice bereft of plans. And the light through her body will bathe you till you wonder why the gems in your palm were ever fisted. Others will think you crazed to wait on something no one sees. But the clear bird, she only wants to feed and fly and sing. She only wants light in her belly. And once in a great while, if someone loves you enough, they might see her rise from the nest beneath your fear. In this way, I've learned that loving yourself requires a courage like no other. It requires us to believe in, and stay loyal to something no one else can see or keep in the world. Our own self-worth. All the great moments of conception, the birth of mountains, of trees, of fish, of prophets, and the truth of relationships that last, they all begin where no one can see. And that's our job, not to extinguish that which has beautifully begun. For once full of light, everything is safely on its way, not pain-free, but unencumbered. And the air beneath your wings is the same air that trills in my throat. And the empty benches in snow are as much a part of us as the empty figures who slouch on them in the spring. When we believe in what no one else sees, we find we are each other. And all moments of living, no matter how difficult, come back into some central point where self and world are one, where light pours in and out at once. And once there, I realize this makes real before me that this moment, whatever it might be, it's a fine moment to live, and it's a fine moment to die. That continues our theme of oneness, interconnectedness. It's incredibly well written. Be one with yourself and be one with the people around you. Bring peace and kindness to every creature that you can be involved with and touch. every living plant, every shroom, every fungus. Treat it with the respect and dignity that you can treat yourself with. And everything around you will grow. You guys go have a beautiful day today. I'll see you guys here tomorrow. We'll keep talking about micro. We'll keep laughing, learning, and loving. I'll see you guys here tomorrow. And you know what we're going to be discussing relative to the microdosing, lemon teching, stacking, Paul Stamets, and then we'll be doing some other fun stuff. Justin LaFlower, we sure are. HB and HB Nurse, there you are, my dear. Clean Grow, there's Cleany. Jesus Christ, in Australia. He's connected to us. He's all the way in Australia, but he's one of us. Rodman, Old School, good morning. HB, Jody's, excuse me. Justin LaFlower, Jesus Christ, Justin, Nipper Mama, Susu, Lynette, Cleany, Sanum, Nurse and Old School, SSW, excuse me, Free Billy D, Nipper Mama, Billy's just now seeing the sun. Good morning, Lynette, B. Hendricks, Wilson, he's the king of Prussia. Carnivorous, thank you. John Zook, Joe Dees, and Jay Hurst. Justin LaFlower, Old School, Lynette. Billy D and Pacers and Cleany and Jesus Christ. Summer Wheat, Jay Hurst, SSW, Jolie, good morning. Joe Dees, Rodman, Nerdy and JC and Niffy. Classic Blaster, Herbie. Free, croak 'em if you got 'em. I'm croaking. John's at Roosevelt, thank you. Oldie. Oh, Justin's okay. Pilar. I haven't seen Pilar in a minute. Cat Meow Zilla. Jesus Christ. And Donnie Fike. Mr. Phillips Wilson. Sarah Bear. Hello, Sarah. Maraban from Russia. There you are. Nurs and Nippy and Sanum and Anthony and Sue and Sarah Bear and Melody Dawn and Roosevelt and Layla Norway. Layla, there she is, SSW Roosevelt. Amir Mahdi. I listen to a lot of reggae, to be honest with you. Sarah Bear, Kuroki and Layla. HB and Joe D, Sue Littlemeyer. Yes, Derek Anderson's okay. The Waz, good morning, Wazzy. Thank you for all those gifts for Ruffy, Waz. You're the guy. Melody and Notorious and Justin LaFlower and Sanum and Herbie and Jay. 4 things. Be impeccable. Don't take things personal. Don't have expectations. Do your best. The 4 agreements. See you guys tomorrow.